Max Media, where we are helping entrepreneurs and business owners to grow and nurture their businesses. This is my media channel where I have incredible entrepreneurs doing amazing things, and certainly Tom Frisina is one of them. Welcome, Tom.
You bet. Hi, everybody.
Yeah, and you and I have gotten to know each other over the years, Tom. And what I want to ask you about is if you could let folks know your background, your work history, and then the incredible practice you have now helping others. Let's get into that a bit, but let's start with your background.
Sure. Hello, everybody. I am Tom Frisina, and I am described by people that know me as an entrepreneur's entrepreneur. That's me. I have started 7 companies within the interactive digital media business, primarily in the video game business. I began when I got out of the Navy in 1970, working for a company called JBL, James B. Lansing Sound. Now, at the time, it was a brand new company, and I helped to build that company into what it was then, which is continuing to be today what it is. Uh, Back then, Bose and JBL were the two giant
Yeah, yeah.
components in the speaker and consumer products business.
Hmm.
I spent a number of years, 12 years, building that. Infinity, Harman Kardon were other names that I helped along. And then I got a call from Nolan Bushnell, the founder of the video game industry. And Nolan said, Tom, I need a CEO for this new business that I'm building. The world wants R2D2. R2D2 is the star, as you all know, of the Star Wars movies, the third one of which came out in 1983,
Hmm.
at which time Nolan told me to take my family from the Valley in Studio City, Sherman Oaks, my family of 3 sons and my wife, a dog, and all of our cats, to Silicon Valley to found a new company called Androbot. That's Android and robot combined. And
Hmm.
Nolan wanted me to lead this venture to build an R2D2 type robot for the home. He gave me $10 million. Dollars. He says, Tom, here, and he hands me this check on my first day. He says,
Huge money back then.
uh, that's incredible. I just smiled and took it. And he says, there's more, but I'd rather you do it with this. But I want an R2D2 from our company, Androbot, in people's homes. I worked very hard, as most entrepreneurs do, but first-time CEOs, of course, they do work hard, but they're usually not very smart. It's different than being a vice president or a director or a manager in a company when you're the CEO. And I only wish I had a guy like me today to help me back then, and I didn't. So we were unsuccessful ultimately. And I moved on to other companies that I started. Accolade was the next in 1985, then 360 in 1987. Electronic Arts was an investor in 360. Ultimately, I ended up almost 30 years after I began in the industry, founding a division at Electronic Arts called EA Partners.
Hmm.
We were to build products that the EA development studios didn't know how to build. And my job was to go out and find sources that could, with my group's help, build new products. And some of you people listening are going to know when I mention things like Medal of Honor and Battlefield and Crisis and Rock Band and Titanfall and la-di-da-di-da. Today, the total revenue, and we started in 1997, the total revenue of the all of the games that I built plus ones that my follow-on group did is $56.5 billion dollars in
Jeez.
revenue in the last 30 years.
Hmm.
So now I left EA after 13 years in 2010. I am a leading executive coach, strategic and financial advisor, and where appropriate, board of directors chairman to help people be more successful, more quickly, and with greater impact on the industry that we jointly have agreed is a smart thing for them to be doing.
Hmm.
I have had a number of clients since that time, many public companies, companies owned by big Chinese companies within our industry. I'm not going to mention their names. You can look me up on LinkedIn. It's all listed there if you choose. But
Hmm.
I want to remind those few who are listening right now, there is nobody more qualified to assist you in getting to where you belong. Sometimes that's not where you want to be, but where you belong based on your natural gifts, strengths, and ambition. You'll get there with me by your side more quickly and with greater product and industry impact than you could with anybody else by your side. So I encourage you, just give me a buzz and we'll talk about it and see if there's something upon which to base a relationship on going forward. I will tell you out of 10 calls and meetings that I have, the average is maybe 3 out of 10 that actually turns out to be something tangible. So don't worry about it. You're not going to bother me. You might even bother yourselves a little bit, but not very much. The point is, you have to explain to me what you want and why, and get me to believe that that's something that I want to help you pursue, or we won't do it. But that's okay. That's what I do for a living. I'm a lot older than I look. I'm a fitness junkie and proud of it, as Paul knows, because he is also. And I encourage you, if you've got something like that, whether it be a job in a company where you want a bigger job within the company, or you want to start something and build it from scratch, or you have started something to build from scratch and it's just not getting where you want it to be at this point, you want to call Coach Tom and have a discussion about where and how I can help.
Love it. You know, I'm your biggest advocate, Tom, and I want to say that wherever you're watching this, because we are going to simulcast this episode, that Tom's information to get connected with him will be maybe up here or down here, but around this live stream. And Tom, you know, you said it well. And the next episode we'll do will be all about your workouts and your eating habits and creatine because we had that discussion. That's great. But thank
Happy
you,
to do
Tom.
it.
Yeah, yeah. Thank you
Happy
for
to
being
do
here.
it, Paul. Thank
Yeah.
you all for
Okay.
watching.
All right.